Here this morning with the Araba of all Yoruba in North America. And we say, I do pray, sir, for your time. We know you have quite a busy schedule. We're not going to keep you, but it's an auspicious occasion. Let me catch our viewers up just a little bit to say that we are here visiting you, the House of Destiny, on behalf of our firstborn grandson. And what you may not know while we're doing the interview is that next month we are doing a lot of what you have just given to my grandson. Our very first festival that we are doing, like they do the festivals in the village, are talking about 4 tribes for peace. How we bring all the people of all the different beliefs together. And I had just said to his mother, I said, even if you don't come, he must come. And so now, of course, we have heard the Ita and why that is true. From anywhere in your life and your experience, I would say, and everything that we see going on in our world, tell us your view of why this is the road that people have to go now. They cannot separate any longer. Much of what you just spoke of, because it's not to our benefit. Huh? But you tell us, why is it our wisdom to learn how to get along, how we can accept each other's differences and diversity without this heat and discord?
Thank you so much for thinking of interviewing me. The honor that you give it to me. I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. That you are doing this. This is very important for us to do because in our culture, our ancestors have taught us that this world must be in eternity. It came in the Udu of Osameji, Awaye, that casted the divination for Aye when Aye was going to manifest, that how will Aye be in eternity? You know? And the Babalawo of that time, mostly from the heavens, asked Aye that Aye leave all the desire of treasures and materialism and make offering of eternity. So we are responsible to make sure that this universe is in eternity, that we do not destroy nature, so that our children and children of our children, they still have a good life and be able to live on earth peacefully. So our ancestors taught us to preserve the earth, they taught us to preserve the rivers, they taught us to preserve the ocean, they taught us to preserve the sky, you know, so that we can breathe, you know. So all these environmental issues that we have been confronted with in the recent years was already foreseen by our ancestors. That if we do not use natural resources, you know, correctly, give respect to our surroundings, the nature around us, the rivers, the ocean, and all that, when we destroy it, we will destroy ourselves. Because Aye will not go anywhere. Aye is going to be eternity. It's us that we go. So that is why I believe that all humans must, you know, take from this wisdom. Whether you are from a different background, you know, racial differences, or ethnic differences, or religious differences, will not matter when we destroy the world, because it will affect us all. So that is why in our culture, our culture welcomes all other denominations and all, you know, human from, you know, everywhere in the world to come and benefit from the wisdom, you know, and the teachings of our ancestors through Ifa, through the Odu. Ifa, that also explained to us in Otura Meji, that cast divination for the Babamon to Fayi Bubu Sofeje, where you will say, Apatanla, Abudu Saramu Saramu, Akusuruba le Roje Difafa Abudu Salami, Abu Salami Tisomo Bala Lady Oyo, ó ṣe èmi rẹ ládìmúlẹ̀ o èmi rẹ ládìmúlẹ̀ èmi rẹ ládìmúlẹ̀ o èmi rẹ ládìmúlẹ̀ Ifá bó o bá jí kó o jí mi o èmi rẹ ládìmúlẹ̀ o. We are one.
We are one.
We are one in front of Olódùmarè. We are one under the sky. There should be no differences among us when it comes to preserving nature.
Man.
And that's what our culture, that's what our ancestors taught us through Ifa and the Humans. So the Orisha that we call Orisha, they are energies of the universe.
Man.
They are the energies of the universe that we pay homage to, that we pray to. Contrary to some that we describe, our ways of life as, animalistic, they stigmatize us to be fetish and idol worshiper and different names that they give it to, our culture. I didn't remember. So we have to change that perception of that stigmatization so that our children, will not lose out.
Yes.
The coming generation will not lose out on the reality and the truth, of the teachings of our ancestors. So they worship the river, they pay homage to the river, they preserve the river through Oshun. So all rivers of the world they've been perceived as rivers Oshun, stemming out from Oshun. All the oceans of the universe is being described as Yemoja, the mother of us that keeps it going, that keeps recycling the earth. The sea is referred to as Olokun by our ancestors. The sky, the sunrise, is referred to as Obatala by our ancestors. Now we study about the environment, which our ancestors already have the foresight that there will be at some point pollution, air pollution that will destroy the atmosphere. So the atmosphere that has been destroyed, that's why I always look up in the sky and pray to Obatala. Ajagunagbawa, 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 Leke Leke Bawa Loroke, Ajagunagbawa. That the only way we can be saved is in our own hands by walking on. You could be a Muslim, you could be a Christian, but this culture, you can benefit from this wisdom because your children and your grandchildren will inherit a better life.
Did you lose it?
No, that's my phone.
So we cannot contaminate the earth. We worship the earth. You contaminate the soil, then your plants won't grow. So when we do Onile, when we pay homage to Onile, when we Shoko, when we pay homage to Shoko, so that we get good, crops, from farming, it's not fetish.
So we can eat.
So that we can eat.
Bad.
So that is why I think that the whole world should support, this knowledge. You don't have to be a Orisha priest. Not everybody in Nigeria are priests, in Yoruba land are priests. Not everybody that study Ifa are Babalawo. Not everybody that study Orisha are doing, practicing or offering and this and that. But they do it for that knowledge, for that wisdom, for that awareness. So we all need that awareness. That's why I went to school to go study urban environmental system management so that I will be able to be in a better position to explain this to humanity and relate it, to why our ancestors pay homage to these energies of the universe.
And that's why that's such a good spot to just turn a little bit of a corner. We probably only have about maybe 3 or 4 minutes left, but you hit a great place because a lot of people who will be viewing this certainly understand recreation of urban designs. They certainly understand from the schooling point. But now that you have come into the position of Araba, and we were talking the other day when we were here about, the lack of knowledge that people here have about that position, the Araba. How do you see this position now really holding and giving the proper acknowledgement and awareness to others about such a position such as that? Because we call it, our culture calls it an Araba, but I'm sure other cultures will have similar positions.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, because a lot of people, especially in diaspora here, do not understand what Araba is. Araba, for different places, means like a bishop. You know, like, because we have to have some type of references for our people to have a better understanding based on what their experience have been over the years. So in the Catholic religion, you have the Pope, you have the bishop, you have the reverend, you have the pastors,
the cardinals.
The cardinals. So the same way that the Yoruba religion have been structured over the years, sometimes we say, oh, maybe other religion even benefit, you know, like from, you know, even copy from the Yoruba, because the Yoruba have been in existence way longer than many of the new religion, you know, in the last 2,000 years. But so the Pope, the Araba Agbaye will be compared to the Pope in the Roman Catholic, and the Arabas of different states, different towns, different countries, different regions, they will be like bishop. Yes, it will be referred to in the Catholic religion. And then we have the Oluwo, we have the Iya Losha, we have the Baba Losha, we have the Yanifa, we have the Babalawos. And they will be pastors, you know, Babalawo will be pastors, Oluwo will be high pastor, you know, like high pastor, reverend, they will be, you know, all the choir members and all of that, in terms of those that are also studying Ifa under their masters and under their teachers. And it's extensive training that is required to get to all of these stages. It's not just like honorary titles.
It's a hands-on.
You have to study.
You have to study.
You know, take years and years of memorizing the Odu, learning the interpretation of the Odu, knowing about the plants, about the herbs, you know, what they do to our body, and you know, what is the potential of those plants, that the herbs that we use for healing and so on and so forth. So I feel honored to be you know, to be in that position of Araba, but at the same time it's a lot of responsibility. You know, I have to travel. I'm still working on getting things together to travel to take that awareness to different regions, even including Puerto Rico. But we have Babalawos and Oluwos already in places, like Oluwo Atudo Prada, you know, was the Oluwo of Puerto Rico, that I've been to the Araba. So we also, you know, advocating and spreading the knowledge and spreading the wisdom for people not to be afraid to come and find out more. Do your research, you know, ask questions, you know, and you will know more. So if anyone needs my service, they can contact your organization, and I will.
Absolutely. If you weren't so busy and we want to check back with you, we would love for you to come, because there are several things that you've hit on. We don't have the time to go into it now. You can actually cut it up if you want to. I have to remember his name. Ifeanyi. Because he can get caught, you know. We would say you go ahead and shut it off if you want to. But